Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your weekly reading for October 16th to the 22nd. This is for Scorpio and Scorpio rising. And if you're new to my channel, I do a traditional cult cross spread. I also use astrology and my guides to help bring a lot more clarity, to get more specific and detailed with your reading, Scorpio. I do this because you know I love you. I want you to feel like it's a personal reading, as if we're here one-on-one, rather than a general spread. Lastly, I use astrology because it brings a lot more depth to your reading. So, Scorpio, this is your week. I hope you know that. This week is dominated by Scorpio. So you're going to feel really passionate about things, and you may have a very passionate weekend. So let's talk about this week for a second. There's no major aspects in the beginning of the week, actually, for pretty much like the entire week. But we do have the moon in Scorpio, okay, for the first half of the week. All right. So that's already kicking it off with you, really, really digging deep, really thinking about your passions, really getting to know, the moon tends to make us a little bit more emotional, but it's using the energy toward the things that you are really loving right now. Also, really becoming a lot more intuitive too. Okay. You may feel that throughout the week. All right. We're talking, you could be like, Whoopi Goldberg and Ghost. All right. This is really almost to a psychic level. And Scorpio, y'all are already intuitive as it is. So it's really just becoming more of your authentic self. Now, what's going to happen is on Friday, we actually have the Kazemi. Okay, we have the Mercury Sun conjunction, and so this is really nice. This is really great because this is first we had one recently, but it was very different. Mercury was in a different sign. Mercury was retrograde. Now we're this Kazemi's it's on the superior side of the sun. It's gonna feel really great. You're gonna have an explosion of ideas, really great ideas, even some breakthroughs that you're seeking. Okay. And this may be a big thing for you because Mercury is currently in your 12th house, okay, which is the subconscious. It's all those hidden things. It's dreams as well. So pay attention to your dreams, okay? If you went and saw Saw 10 last night and you had nightmares, those are not the dreams that the dreams that are trying to tell you things, okay? So pay attention to your dreams. They may have messages for you, but intuition is the 12th house as well. But so I really like this. It's you asking, because remember, we're coming out of that huge eclipse. We're coming out of that huge eclipse, the solar eclipse that was the new moon solar eclipse that was in Libra. Okay, and so Mercury is in Libra as well. This is your 12th house. Okay, so this is so there's a lot of it. You could be getting messages, intuitive messages, but you could also be unrooting things that have been holding you back. You could be unrooting, maybe even facing big fears that you've had. All right. So, really good time to communicate those things to, as a sense of achievement, as a sense of accomplishment. Like this has been happening, but now I've broken free, especially with this Kazemi moment. All right. So, here's where it gets a little tricky is that on the 20th, Mercury is going to square Pluto. As we know, Pluto is your ruling planet, okay? This is a time where you could just feel like there are some things you want to say that you probably shouldn't say, okay? Remember, Mercury is a planet of communication. It is the messenger planet. So this is a time just to be cool, okay? It could also, and this is for the collective. So it could be some people may say things to you that you were just like, no, oh, hell no. But remember, it's all about that peace, that inner peace, that balance. We're still, in Libra season, right? We haven't quite gotten to your birthday season yet. I know I just almost kicked the table over. But so on the 20th, just, remember, just be careful about the things that you say. You never want to say anything that you're going to regret. You never want to say anything that is really like, with your pinchers out. It could be really to some people that you care about. All right. And the reason why this may be a challenging weekend is because on the 21st the sun is going to square Pluto. All right, again, this is is a little bit harder. This is one of those challenging aspects where Pluto is all about power, right? It's all about power at the end of the day, and transformation. All right, so this is going to be a very transformative week, and it could be happening like very subtly, but for you, it may be really big. You may feel a lot of movement in terms of what's going on in your life. Now, the Sun squaring Pluto, this is just a lot of egos at play. All right, a lot of egos heightened, a lot of power tripping, a lot of power struggles that could come up around this day. So just again, be cool, be cool. The reason I say this for you specifically, okay, is because Pluto is in Capricorn and has gone direct, and that is your third house of communication. Of communication. So Mercury is very active this week. All right. So remember, you don't want to poke the bear. All right. The bear's got a frying pan. All right. He's having a really good sleep. He has really good. You keep poking that bear, he's not afraid to use that frying pan. It's gonna, something is gonna come back to bang you in, you know what I mean? Like, just be cool, be chill, put on your cool sunglasses, pretend that you're, Brad Pitt for the day, whatever you need to do, just be cool and just don't let anyone get your goat. Don't let anyone, there could be some, like, I'm not going to lie, some power struggling things that are happening. It could also, like, I'm not going to lie, it could have a lot to do with like partnerships. Okay. Again, we are coming out of that new moon solar eclipse in Libra. And that is really affecting our partnerships and relationships, one-on-one relationships. But the other thing is Jupiter and Uranus are in your seventh house of partnerships. That's right. And so speaking of which, on that same day, on the 21st, Venus is going to trine Jupiter. And so Venus, the ruling planet for Taurus, and Jupiter in Taurus, both in your seventh house of partnerships and relationships. This is, interestingly, it's almost like there could be like a kiss and make up moment that say, like, there could be something like really intense. There could be someone who wants to be the boss about, like, in a relationship, or someone who wants to feel a little bit, it's like someone wants a little bit more power in a relationship, right? Again, it can be career, it can be work, it can be love, romance, but it can also be, even a sibling, okay? Aunts, uncles, cousins, neighbors is a big thing too. All right. Because remember, this is all in your third house, and all those sit in the third house as well, in addition to communication. Now, while we're talking about communication on that same day, three big aspects that are happening on the 21st. Mercury moves into your sign, slides right into your sign, Scorpio. Now, this is great for you, okay? Because Mars is in Scorpio. Mercury is now in Scorpio, all right? And we're, again, moving into your birthday season that is going to happen next week. Happy birthday, early birthday, Scorpios. So this is, if you saw my October forecast, I talked more about this, okay? I talked more about what's going on here, all right? So as we know, this is that, the feeling of like Daniel Craig in Knives Out. I got to know everything. Being very intuitive too, using your intuitive skills, having all the answers. And it's really like there's kind of like a no filter energy with Mercury and Scorpio, but really just being passionate about your passions. Like anything that you're talking about could be directed toward your passions. Okay, so it's being very direct too. So really communicating the things that you want, the things that you need, the things that are going to make your dreams come true, that things that make you get closer to your on your path to enlightenment. So use it. This is a very passionate, energetic placement. I really love this. Okay, I really love this. But it is, again, you have to balance it. All right, especially with Pluto, your ruling planet, doing all these squares over the weekend. You just want to be careful about the things that you say. All right, but Mercury will be in Scorpio. It will be in your sign for a while, so that's cool. Just use it. Just use it to be very compassionate in the way that you speak, but also definitely communicate. You have a lot of power this week. Okay, this week is, again, you can, as you know, with the moon going into Scorpio, right, and then all this activity with Pluto, and then Mercury moving into your sign, Mars is in your sign, so you're feeling a lot more passionate right now. One other thing that's happening is the moon is actually going into Capricorn this weekend, and so there's this sense of you just being very serious. Remember, Pluto is in Capricorn. All right. So this is another thing that's just relevant to all this transformative energy that's happening, all this energy around power structures as well this week. So, with that said, the last thing, Mercury trining Saturn on the 22nd. Ah, that's amazing. That's amazing. One of the best days of the week. It's a day you could sign a contract. It's a day where you could travel. You could travel and you could have a really good, fun moment. Okay. I would actually encourage you to like get together with like friends and family because, Saturn is in Pisces. Okay. Your BFF, fellow water sign, and it's in your fifth house of pleasure, of love, of romance, children, recreation. So get together with some friends and communicate those things that you really want. All right, the things that you need. Put it out there in the world. Put it out in the universe. So a lot of activity around you this week. All right, building up to your birthday season. But Mercury really is a star here. Mercury is very active this week. All right, so communicate. All right, it's I've been saying all the other signs. I don't care if you're communicating. If you need a megaphone, go get a megaphone. I don't care if it's you talking in a can connected to a string connected to a can. Just communicate the things that you want, the things that you need, and just be very vocal right now, but diplomatically. Okay, yeah, diplomatically with those Pluto squares. All right, you don't want to like over communicate or say things again that may be like that could have an impact on other people where they see you as like who's trying to be a micromanager, or you know what I mean, like, and again, it could be other people that are power tripping over you, so you just want to be cool. You want to be cool. All right, put on your cool sunglasses, Scorpio. With that said, let's get started. See what's going on for you for October 16th to the 22nd. Again, this is for Scorpio and Scorpio rising. If you want to read for your moon, your Venus, all those other aspects, I would definitely welcome it, especially because Venus has changed signs. Venus is in Virgo. That is your 11th house. It's your social network. So there could, again, a lot of things with like friends is coming up, and groups you belong to, organizations you belong to. And with the moon moving into your sign, maybe a good idea. But and of course we are coming out of that new moon solar eclipse, so we're still feeling the effects of that. All right, and I am gonna make a video. I think I'm gonna make an eclipse video. It may be up by the time you read this. I don't know. We'll see. I gotta work with my schedule here. But Scorpio, let's get started. See what's going on for you now. Scorpio, you see that I have a guest here, so I have to really make do with my table space. We just came back from a really long WALK, and so she is passed out. Scorpio, I do a traditional Celtic cross spread. I'm going to move the camera back a bit too so you can see it. But as you know, I bring the camera or the cards up one by one. And what I was going to say, if we need to pull clarifiers, we'll pull clarifiers. You're moving into a very powerful birthday season. I want you to know that, Scorpio. There's a lot happening. There's a lot happening during your birthday season. Of course, we have another eclipse, all right, next week. All right, so it's really kicking things off with your birthday season. There we go. You can do that. You can see that, right? Okay. So as you can see, you're good. You're really good. It's like, wow. It's so funny because, everything that I said earlier is showing up here. Okay. And the biggest message that's coming through is there is something that for a lot of Scorpios, you're going to have to, it's almost like, uh, really deep things, like you're unrooting, you're in a happy place. Things have been good for you compared to last year. Oh yeah. a lot better, okay? A lot better. And so there's some deep things that I think that you're going to let go. And remember, with Mercury being very active this week and then moving into your sign, there could be a sense of you having moments with like maybe your partner, a loved one, a family member, siblings, or whatnot, or even like a therapist or whatnot, just talking about some of these things, and it's really helping, things that have been holding you back or things that you're just like, I'm finally free from this. And so it's a great time for you. Seven of Pentacles. Hello. All right. So really love this. Came up in your past. A lot of y'all have made decisions. A lot of y'all have had really thought about what you want. So I'm very happy for you. I'm very proud of you too, because there, again, like I said, you have had some difficult like moments like in the past few years, like with the other eclipses were in your sign. They were, and they weren't like the best, right? So they could have been some like really big moments, but this is really great. Okay. So there is a sense of a lot of changes happening. All right. Could have been that you made a decision to move forward in some capacity. Now, it could be career, it could be jobs, it could be the way that you make money or earn money. We're talking about pentacles here, right? It could even be inheritance, because there's a lot of activity with you this week, and you do rule the eighth house, and so just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. But the other thing is, pentacles are physical reality. So what have you invested in up until this point? All right. What have you invested in where you're just like, okay, what is the next step? What is the next step for me? Whether it's a relationship, whether it's again like career, maybe it's a passion project. Like, you've probably made some decisions. Okay. Also depends on where you are. What day you read this reading, because the Seven of Pentacles did come up in your past. So you could be making that decision, and it can just be like ascending in one area of your life. Okay. Also, again, this feeling of like being proud of yourself is a nice energy that's coming through. So even take a moment today to think about everything that you've accomplished. Take a moment today to think about where you were January 2023, where you are now. Be very proud of yourself. Be very proud of yourself. You got the 10 of Pentacles in the heart of your spread. I mean, come on. Come on, Scorpio. Come on. You're good. You're good. I love this. In the tree of life, the 10th, we're going to call it sphere. It's really coming into, the physical realm at this point. You see that it's basically raining pentacles here in the form of the tree of life. So this is, I call it like your kingdom come. This is the you made it card. Prosperity, success. Look how happy that family is. So a lot of family energy again that's coming through here. So there could be like really, but in a great way. Okay, a lot of comfort in this card. It's really like, come on, come on. Things are good. Things are good. This is you having reached or will this week coming to some point where you acknowledging your legacy or reaching your legacy. Again, inheritance is a big thing. When I say inheritance, it could I don't want you to, for a lot of Scorpios it could be money, but think about inheriting, like, and it could also just be like things like you inherited that, Beanie Baby that you really wanted from, like, I don't know, your aunt. Anyway, but it's also like knowledge passed down that is coming up for me. Like, you're inheriting a lot that's really going to help you moving forward. But look how big their castle is. Look how big their harvest is. Like, you're good. You're good. This is the you made it card. All right. So this week you're going to feel that. There's a lot of great stuff happening for you, Scorpio. And yeah, a lot of y'all looking at this could have made some sort of ascension, okay? Really ascended in, or even transcended, right? In family, in career, in your legacy, the things that you want. So this is a great week for you. Now, you did get the Ace of Wands, but you got the Ace of Wands in your challenge area. All right. So some of y'all are definitely doing something new just really hold on to it. No, just stick with it. There may be some like it could be like a slippery road, or there could be some like ups and downs, or learning curves you have to go through. So it may not be easy with something new that's happening. And the reason why something new is happening is because 10 is the end, right, with the 10 of pentacles here, and it's reaching this conclusion to start this next chapter, new beginning. 1 0 equals 1, right? And so now you have Ace of Wands, a new beginning, a new opportunity, something new, right, coming through. But in your challenge area, and when it's in your challenge area with the 10 of Wands, it's almost like it's something new, but it's so new to you. You got to really focus on making it work, okay? And then for some of y'all, sure, this week something new will come through, and it may be something that you're just like, oh, this is something that is going to be very different. Okay, let's just keep it that way. Very different from what I'm used to, but you really have to nurture a new thing, and it really again can be this taking this next step, whether in a relationship, whether in career, whether in family matters, or whatnot, a relationship that you have with siblings, or again like even neighbors could be a thing. But again, there's just nurture it, okay? Nurture it, because some may not know how to handle it. All right. And a lot of it could be new because of the eclipse, like you didn't expect it, because eclipses are game changers and wild cards. Now, you did get the Empress in your crown. So, hey, Scorpio, hello. Amazing. That's absolutely amazing. The Empress is ruled by Venus. So I love this. I absolutely love this for you, because remember I said Venus is in Virgo. That is your 11th house. It's your social network, your friends, even social media. Just think of those aspects in your life. But the 11th house also rules your hopes and wishes. Okay. So now you got the Empress ruled by Venus. You even see the symbol of Venus in the stone-shaped heart here, all right? And the Empress is a goddess, right? She's not a queen, not a priestess, a goddess. Think Aphrodite. So this is living life through pleasure, through passion, like really passion, like with the fact that Mars is in your sign, we're moving into Scorpio season. There's a lot of passion going around with you. And so I really love this. It's like you're seeking this hedonistic, just really good, like this feel good energy. I really love that. But this is also again, 3 is it is the birth of new things. Okay, it's the birth of new things, which is really amazing. It's also creation. So again, everything here is indicating there's something new that's happening. You're on the brink of something new. And she is pregnant. So, hey, hello. Remember, I said there's a lot of family energy. And that's going to be a big thing next year, by the way, when Pluto goes into Aquarius in your 4th house of family. But, with Pluto and Capricorn, that's already like a lot of family there. And then you have to remember Saturn in Pisces, okay? That is your 5th house, all right? It is your 5th house of family, family and children are there too. So I really love that. I really love that. There's a lot of again, that feel good energy. And then just pay attention to the 22nd when Mercury trines Saturn. Such a great, for y'all, like really, really, really nice. Really absolutely nice. Especially because Mercury's gone into your sign at that point, okay? And then 22nd, I don't know if y'all, if you're into numerology, I should have brought this up in other signs. 22nd, 22 is a master number, okay? It's your wishes coming true. I mean, so take advantage. Really take advantage. You do have the 4 of Pentacles and the Rudier spread. So yeah, for sure. It's like this week really build that foundation for yourself with this, moving into, it's almost like you're evolving into this new place in your life. And there's a lot of like things that you have to change around, but all for the better, like all these things that you want. But really have this focus on again, finances, and really thinking about how things are going to be set up, especially also, this is a Capricorn card. Remember, Pluto, your ruling planet, is in Capricorn. So really, again, Capricorn is just like, it's that very structure, like, stability and whatnot. So and that comes with the Four of Pentacles, especially, again, your finances, but again, your physical reality as well. All right. So now, and it could be a big focus for you moving forward, and you'll especially feel it this week. But you did get, there you go, judgment in your future. So you are definitely evolving. Like, judgment comes right before the world, right? And so that's like the end of the major arcanas, and then you start this new journey. But it looks like what's happening this week is you're just going to have this very spiritual experience where it's almost like things that are happening for you, all these great things that are happening for you, are really allowing you to go within and to have this moment of, awakening, whether it's like a spiritual awakening, whether it's just like a moment of clarity. Remember, we have a lot of, like, the sun conjuncting Mercury is a big thing, okay? That Kazemi, this explosion of brilliant ideas, those profound moments of clarity, and seeing things that you want and things that need to happen. But this is within as well. It's like all these great things are happening, and they're really enforcing this. It's almost like this new path that you're going on is really gonna help you like tap into your intuitive side, your spiritual side, your authentic self. But there is this moment where it's almost like, okay, there is gonna be something where uh, it's like now you feel what's happening in your life. It's like, now I just want a meaningful life experience. Like, this goes deep. I'm not gonna lie, but remember, we have a lot of stuff in Scorpio. Okay, Moon in Scorpio, Mars in Scorpio, Mercury moving into Scorpio. That's deep. Okay, that's deep. All right. So I really love this for you. Let's get to your stuff. Um, Scorpio, if you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. I love hearing from y'all. I want to know what's going on. And if you are a subscriber, thanks so much for being here. Y'all are amazing. I wouldn't be here without you, so I truly appreciate it. I'm very grateful. So wow. Oh, look at that. Very interesting. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You can expect a lot of change. Let's just keep it that way. Let's get started. You got the tower, all right? Very interesting. Very interesting, right? Especially because the tower is ruled by Mars, and we know where Mars is at, right? Your sign. So, it's almost like, looking at your entire spread here. Um, you may feel and where the tower lies is not saying it's gonna happen, okay? It's just, what it's really saying here is that some of y'all may feel a little overwhelmed with the Ace of Wands here in your challenge area, and with the Tower as the first card here in your staff. Maybe a little overwhelmed with some things. There could have been some stuff that have happened where it was, where you feel like it was like, like, what's like it, again, all this activity in Scorpio, especially with the Pluto squares, those are intense. So you may actually feel it this week, okay? You may feel the intensity of it, but it looks like you will, all right? So remember, be on guard, be cool. Don't do anything that you would regret. Don't say anything that you want to regret. You always want to work with your karma, right? You always want to work with your karma. The great thing about the tower is that, what comes after the tower, the star, right? Hopes and dreams aligning. So the tower really is just kind of like this cleaning the slate, so you can go on the path that you're supposed to be on, right? But again, where it falls in your staff, it really is just saying some of y'all may actually be feeling that intensity this week. There could be things that are just going sideways that, especially during those Pluto squares where you're just like, like, or there is also a sense of you just like almost overdoing it. You may be taking on too much. You may have to slow down a little bit. But in any case, it's almost like really welcome here. All right. Especially if you are in a place where it clearly there's a lot of newness that's happening in your life. All right. We're moving into this new, it's almost like, again, like think about like evolving. There is going to be a sense of like if things get to a point where it is just like a little intense and stressful, have that moment to consider, what do I have to just really just end it, like that, like boom, right? Just think about that. All right. Now, you did get the 7 of Wands in your external factors area. The main thing that's coming up, there is someone that's like really on your side, someone that is actually like defending you and helping you in a lot of different matters. Especially career is a big thing. There is someone that could be vouching for you, someone who could be really just on your, like, again, on your side. There's especially, well, the 7 of Wands is first of all, wands are all about your passions, your ideas, creativity, but also work. Okay, work, very work related stuff here. And so this is a card all about valor, right? And so with it being in your external factors area, this card is ruled by Leo, but also so that sits in your 10th house of career. All right. So again, there could be someone that is actually like really like on your side, someone who really is like helping in some way for you to ascend and climb that tree. And is it climb the tree, climb the ladder of success or something like that? Break glass ceilings and whatnot. So that's really good. And it could also be you. All right. Again, with these Pluto squares, there could be a couple things that come up where it's just like, all right, these people are coming after me. But the boss is power tripping right now, or, this client that I really want is just like, oh my goodness, like they're acting like the Cleopatra. Do you know what I mean? Like just be cool, just go with it, just be your authentic self, and you'll be fine. Okay, you'll be fine. But this is, remember, a card of valor, so it's really retaining your self-worth and your self-value. You did get the 6 of Pentacles. Okay, so this is really great. You definitely want to be in a place where it is all, this card is all about generosity. 6 is the heart of the tree of life. Okay, it sits, I mean, like what's really great about this card is there is this balance that you're seeking. Okay, and there is this place where you're seeking, like, even spiritually, like just being in a place where you understand the balance between giving and receiving. You are acceptive of that gratitude. Okay, and really more just being in receptive mode. Okay, I really actually love that for you. That it feels like there is a sense of, how do I explain this? It's like, how you can show gratitude when you thank someone, when you receive something, like you get food delivered, you're like, okay, thank you. But when if you feel like gratitude at a choice, it's like your entire body shifts, everything inside you shifts. And again, goes into like this receptive mode where it like raises your energy levels and your frequency, and it really changed everything around. But it's really, again, I know that sounds really deep, but again, you have, like, this is a deep week. Okay, it's a deep week, but there is a sense of a lot of y'all that are truly, part of your mission is just having a lot of like kindness and generosity and being in a place where You are this person. You want to be this person where people see as someone who is, not only very kind and helpful, but someone who's willing to, take the brunt of the bat for you, right? If of metaphorically speaking, of course, in work or career or family or home. I really love this. And then you did get the 10 of Wands and your final outcome. So take it easy. Take it easy. A lot on your plate. There's a lot on your plate. There's a lot that you may be doing. Don't do anything that distracts you from the things that you really need to think about. Again, all this activity that has been happening in Libra, especially being in the shadow of this new moon solar eclipse that was in Libra, that was all in your 12th house, right? The subconscious. And so don't try to find any excuses not to face some of the fears that you may have or any anxieties that you may have. Use this moment to unroot things, okay? Be the Daniel Craig of Knives Out. You have Mercury in Scorpio. You have Mars in Scorpio. Next week we move into your birthday season. So you're going to be in a good place. And again, 10, like I said, is the end. There's all this newness that's happening in your life. It's really insane. Like, just because it's, what time is it? Okay. I'll do this really fast just because it's we're approaching your birthday season. I'll do a clarifier. And then yeah. When I say you're good, you're good. You have to trust me here, Scorpio. All right? Do you trust me? Do you trust me? I hope you trust me. You're really good. Now, you just got the star, the card of a lot of healing, the card of, stars aligning for you, the, hopes and wishes, like, which I said, you already have Venus and Virgo in, your 11th house. But this is really great. Remember what I said. What comes after the tower? The star. And you got it in your final outcome. So it looks like you're going to be laying some of these wands down soon. It looks like a lot of y'all are working so hard toward this next new journey. And it is the path that you want. And you're going to make sure that you are on this path and nothing changes. But again, this is also having a lot of strength. This star brings a lot of strength. You see all the stars are 8 pointed, right? So 8 referring to the strength card. And you see the 7 outer stars representing your chakras. Like, you're good. You're good. Okay. You're absolutely good. A lot of this may resonate with family. Again, a lot of family energy here that's happening, but, and when I say family, like, again, it can be siblings, it can be your parents, children, it could be you wanting to have a family, especially with the Empress here. You could be wanting to have children. You could have actually had a child, actually, looking at what's happening here. But the star is ruled by Aquarius, okay? You even see the water bear here, right? Aquarius is your 4th house of family. Like I said, it's going to be a bigger thing next year, but this is really great, okay? And when I say family, also your home. Remember, like I said, like your foundation, the foundations of your life. So you could be moving into this actual new home, like something that, like wheels in motion here. Because the 4th house is the domestic sector that does rule home. But you got the star in your final outcome. You have the 10 of Pentacles. You have Judgment. You have the, like, you're good. You're actually good. You're 1000% good. Just there is something new that's happening. Just be able to nurture it. Okay. Just have a good handle on it. Scorpio, you're good. Thanks so much for tuning in. If next week, by the way, hey, we have that a full moon lunar eclipse that's happening. Now, this is happening in Taurus, okay? Scorpio, this is a big thing. It's a big thing. It's in your 7th house, all right? So we just had that new moon solar eclipse in Libra, which is all about partnerships and relationships. Now we have a full moon lunar eclipse that's happening in Taurus that happens to be your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. So a lot of activity there. All right. So I'll see you next week, Scorpio. Thanks so much. If you like this reading, did I say that already? If you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. It does help my, the algorithm and everything. So but anyway, I talk way too much. Scorpio, I'm gonna let you go. I'm really excited for you. I mean, you're good. You're 1000% good. All right, Scorpio. Thanks so much. I'll see you next week. Bye bye.